So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. Blade, it's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it. Alright, hi everyone, Martha here. So I don't know how much I'm gonna do of don't know how long this video is gonna be. If it's if the Superman part is less than 10 minutes, I might include the Serpent of the Shadow. I'm almost done with that book, so I need to finish it. So this episode of Superman is episode 4 of season 2, and it's my adventures of Superman because there's so many different Superman episode shows out there, to be specific. So this episode, it's kind of a Lois episode because we get to learn a lot about Lois and how Sam raised her, and finally Lex comes out in the open because in the last 2 episodes he's kind of been like in the back where only Waller knew about him. So, and he decided to step out on the open and make sure everybody hates Superman. Ooh. So yeah. So Jimmy gets invited to Star's lab because he's best friends of Superman. And we know, I have a feeling, by the way this episode ended, it was probably really Lex that invited him. So yeah. So he can turn the world against Superman. And Clark still has not told Lois about him having a cousin out there somewhere. And still, by the end of this episode, we have a freaking Shrek moment here. It reminds me of Shrek. Lois still has not told Clark that she's got a job offer and for Gotham's newspaper by Vicky Vale. So both of them are keeping secrets from each other. I mean, Clark wants to go and tell her like at 8 o'clock tonight, but they don't get to meet each other at this by the end of it. And we get to see a bunch of flashbacks because somebody tells Sam that they found you need to leave, and he ends up going down to like a hole in the wall where he has a bunch of weapons, and a bunch of the bad guys attack him. Like remember, I'm still learning all these superhero villains' names, so if I say something wrong, don't get mad at me. We got Brawler and Automatic Skull. That's what the captions say. And Slade going after him. After and Lois catch up to him, we see a couple flashbacks of Lois when she was like a little kid, and when she's a teenager, and when she's probably about to move out. About like, since Sam's an army guy, he has to keep on moving around, and he tries to teach Lois how to survive in the world by teaching her like how to run a lot and how to do stealth and where the North Star is by telling her like the little bear constellation and where the North Star is. I thought it was the Little Dipper or whatever, but it is, and that's where it's always a straight face, and he's trying to tell her that he is her North Star, but they keep on moving around during her whole life, and so Clark and Jimmy are both there, and then Jimmy gets called on stage at the Star Labs to find out if Superman is a threat. And Lex comes out and does the defending that yes, Superman is a threat. So Jimmy tries to say that no, he's not a threat because he has saved us a bunch of times, and he has saved us from the bad guys, but he has already turned a good man to a bad man by Ivo when he turned him into a monster and he attacked him. And if he did, so Lex is like saying if he did not attack Ivo would have been good. And eventually, when all the bad guys chase Lois and Sam to Star Labs, they end up making it look like that Superman trashed Star Labs, and so Star Labs is now against Superman. So, and also we got to see an older version of Toyman, I think this is, who actually lured out Sam, because we have a toy bear that gets thrown at one of the bad guys, and it has like laser vision. Like, yep, definitely Toyman. So, and he was gonna give him like a passport for him to leave, but it's actually Slade is using Toyman against him. And so Lois is gonna let Sam stay at her place, but seeing like she's cut in scrapes, and to protect her, he ends up leaving. And Lois ends up going outside to try to find her. And oh yeah, we hear Lois and Sam are like talking. Clark's right outside the window as Superman. He hears them both say he is weird, and he like flews off before Lois says, that's what I love about him. So, yep, this is why I think it's like Shrek. It's like basically when Shrek goes to like give Fiona flowers, and she hears Fiona say, but ugly like doesn't matter or something. I can show you like the two clips, but yeah, it reminds you a lot of Shrek, where both these guys hear the wrong thing and they run out, and so they believe on their thing. And then this is when he pushes the thing that he knows that's from Kara, and so he wants to talk to Kara because he's tired of being alone, because now the whole entire, basically, Star Labs is against him, and so he wants to be with, and Jimmy claimed that I've saved him like 13 times, because all the times he helped him through a hard situation. So yeah, and it ends with Star Labs helping out Lex and letting him like use their technology basically. So yeah, so this was okay episode. I just didn't like the entire part where Lois and Clark thinks that Lois thinks he's weird, which is, I don't really ever find that as insulting, because aren't we all weird? So yeah, so I'm gonna give this episode like an 8 out of 10. So me go and get my me finish reading the Serpent Shadow. So back in a bit. Okay, so back from finished reading the Serpent of Shadows Shadow book. That is the last Kane Chronicles book. And this one was okay. This one was pretty good. I did like it. I usually don't combine these reviews together, but Superman, my version of Superman really is hard to do more than 10 minutes sometimes, since the episodes are only like 20 minutes long. This one, we have still Sadie and Carter doing the narrating. Mostly, I did like the part where they tried to get Carter to do an actual school dance, since he was mostly homeschooled for his whole entire life. That part was pretty cool, and I did like the part where Sadie had to for a while did say goodbye to Walt and Anubis. That part where where Walt supposedly died was hard to deal with. So Anubis and him became one person during this, and it was kind of spoiled for me because since I was looking at the pictures of Camp Half Blood Confrontation, and for some reason, Camp Jupiter Classification, for some reason they had stuff for the Kane Chronicles in there. I don't know why they did that, because that has nothing to do. This is a spin-off series. When I was listening to this, I did find a puzzle website where you can put Percy Jackson puzzles together for free online. You just put down Percy Jackson's puzzles free online. And I was listening to this. I didn't finish the puzzle. Hopefully I get to, because I try my best to make it be as hard as possible so I can listen to them while I'm doing that. So, and the silly Egyptian god of wind didn't like the fact that those two were dancing because for some reason it's okay for Greek gods to date mortals, but when Egyptian gods do it, it's not called for. Oh no! So they were trying to make sure that Sadie does not date Anubis. To me, it would be okay if she was they should go with the fact that she's a teenager, and who knows how old Anubis actually is. But yeah, I don't think go with that. And I did like the last bit of chapters when they finally beat that snake, but it's kind of like when you have to say goodbye to, because Anubis got the god of chaos when they beat him up. And all the gods possessed everybody. We found out that Ra is inside Zia. That's why he loved her. That's why he was favoring her so much. And they got the way they decided to beat the Chaos guys, that they got the Elvis Roman guy, the Pharaoh guy, to help them. That was in the last. The crossover book that I read last time, and I think they caught him into that book, so I understand that. Finally understood what was going on there. Don't be like me, read these books out of order. So yeah, the gods can't be part with them anymore after they find the shadow of the Chaos God, and that's how they saved Bass, the dwarf god, from and made him whole again. But now he's going to be with the hippo goddess together, and those two are going to be together now. And he did forget the goddess cat for how he treated her. I guess he treated him. So yeah. So I did like this book. It's fine. When we read and the book ends with Walt being part of and Walt and Anubis being the same, and but he's able to go have a normal life as long as Anubis is part of him. And they did eventually get those two to allow them to date. And Carter finally took Dia to the mall. We were wondering when was that gonna happen. Carter is the one who's in charge of the new pharaoh, but he's when he goes to be off an actual teenager, his uncle is in charge, and for a while we thought that his uncle was going to get killed, since he was allowing Set to be inside his body during the fight. But Sadie and Carter defended him, and so did Walt, because nobody was going to hurt Sadie on Anubis / Walt's watch. So I did like this one, was really good. So I'm gonna give this. Let me read the last page to you guys like I usually do. And this is Sadie. We put this tape in a secure box and set it along the chap of Ben creditors forward, and Carter seems to think that the post service will do, but I think that it will send to Canubis
case and do what I could possibly go wrong as we go to think that our lives are fun and games, and Anubis couldn't leave teenagers unexpected and don't have best anymore. Anubis has sent a few Amos has sent a few adults to the magician of Brooklyn House as teachers to read children, but we couldn't know it was in charge and go perhaps Carter bit little. And we have done a trouble either that worried about the herding of ghosts of set tent and loose on the pole of the book of Thor. And I also puzzled over my mother compliment about rifled magic and other gods. No idea what that means, but it doesn't sound good. Meantime, the hotspot of the evil domination take care report on the unplanned magic and as wrong ideals. Possibly check out, and now I plan to enjoy my life as annoying my brother as much as possible and make you mold into a proper boyfriend while keeping the other girls away from him. Most likely with a flamethrower. My work's never done. And lots of the Jane's different listening recording. We were never too busy to place of blood and proper rain for. Do you let your magic go? Wasted. Brooklyn House is open for business.
So that's how that. So I'll probably give this one like an 8 out of 10. So yeah. The next book I'm gonna read is Hammer of Thor, and then I'm probably gonna read The Sun and Moon, No Sagat, Jupiter Classic, Classified, and Camp Halford Blood that I need to finish. That I'm gonna read. So, yep. So see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and bye bye.